This is the story of a pharmacist who became a licensed life insurance agent. And I won't keep you guessing who that was. That pharmacist. It's me. Many people are surprised when they hear that. After all, pharmacists are generally considered high-income professionals, especially here in the United States. So the obvious question becomes, why would a registered pharmacist become the licensed life insurance agent? Let me tell you. Like many people, I believed life insurance had one purpose. If you died, your family received a death benefit. That was it. End of story. I wasn't against life insurance. In fact, I already owned 3 policies. My wife and I purchased our first policies shortly after moving to the United States because we thought we wanted to be sure that if either of us passed away, the surviving spouse wouldn't have to struggle financially or depend on family and friends to pay for burial expenses. Later, when our first child was born, I purchased another policy, because I now had someone depending on me. Then, not long after, our second child also arrived. So I bought yet another one because I wanted to make sure that if something happened to me, my children will still have the opportunity to attend college debt-free without placing that burden on my wife. So I believe I was doing everything right. But although I was protecting my family, I had absolutely no idea that those policies could do much more than provide a death benefit. At the same time, like many professionals, I experienced financial challenges. People often assume that because someone had a good income, financial problem cannot happen. Unfortunately, that's simply not true. Several years ago, I found myself facing financial difficulties. To get through that season, I did something almost every financial expert advises against. I withdrew money from my 401k. I actually wanted to borrow against it, but because it was with a former employer, borrowing wasn't an option. The only way to access the money was through a withdrawal. So I requested for $35,000. After the early penalty withdrawal, taxes, less than $25,000 reached my bank account. Nearly one-third of that, of what I thought was my money, disappeared before I even touched it. That experience stayed with me. A couple of years later, I was telling a friend about what happened. Actually, I was venting. That friend happens to be a life insurance agent. After listening to my story, he said something that completely caught me off guard. Ayo, I can set up a life insurance policy where you can pack your money, allow it to grow, access it when you need it without penalties, and if you leave it there long enough, it can supplement your retirement income without Uncle Sam taking a dime. I honestly thought he was talking nonsense. Life insurance? For retirement? For building wealth? That wasn't what life insurance was for. At least that was what I believed. I told him, look, I already have 3 life insurance policies and wasn't interested in buying another one. Elliot asked if you could see them. After reviewing those policies with me, he smiled and said, Ayo, you already have something similar to what I wanted to recommend. I was shocked. He explained that this what I have could do much more. And I had those policies. That what I had could actually do much more than I thought they could do. The problem was I did not understand how to use them. I already had the tools. I just didn't know how to use them. So I've never been intentionally funding them to max. Even worse, I had lost valuable years that could have allowed my money to compound. That conversation completely changed how I viewed life insurance. For the first time, I realized it wasn't just about dying. it could also help you live. So it become a financial tool for building wealth, access money while you are alive, supplementing retirement income in a tax-free way, and still leave a tax-free benefit, legacy for your loved ones. Although my age and part of my medical history meant starting a brand new policy designed primarily for cash accumulation no longer made financial sense, I wasn't discouraged. Instead, I started maximizing the policies I already owned. But that conversation sparked a desire to learn everything I could about Index Universal Life. I attended webinars, I read books, I listened to podcasts, and the more I learned, the more convinced I became that millions of people, including many professionals like myself, simply didn't know what they had access to. Then my friend suggested something else. Why don't you get licensed and start teaching other people what you've learned? That idea made perfect sense. It was no brainer. If I had misunderstood life insurance for decades, how many other people were making the exact same mistake? So I got licensed. Getting my license wasn't simply about starting another business. It became a mission. Today, I understand that life insurance was, when properly designed and properly funded, can be much more than a death benefit. It can become a powerful financial tool. Because of what I have learned, I've taken action in my own family. I've established multiple policies for my daughter, and I'm intentionally funding them with the long term in mind. My goal is to give her the opportunity that I did not fully understand when I was younger. Now, looking back, my greatest regret is not that I bought life insurance. It is that I owned it for years without understanding everything I could do or everything it could do. I had it too. I just didn't know how to use it. Why am I sharing my story? Whether you're a pharmacist, another healthcare professional, a business owner, or simply someone who wants to build a stronger financial future, my story is not really about becoming a life insurance agent. It's about discovering that something I thought had only one purpose actually had the potential to do so much more. I used to believe life insurance was only about what happened after you died. Today, I understand it can also help you build wealth, create reduced taxes in retirement, and leave a meaningful legacy for your family. That's why I continue studying this strategy and why I share my story. Not because everyone needs the same solution I have, but because everyone deserves the opportunity to understand what's possible before it is too late. So if you are curious about whether Index Universal Life could fit into your own financial strategy, do me a favor. Do you believe life insurance is just about? Let me hear you in the comment section. And let's explore it together and see whether it can help you pursue greater financial security, more flexibility, and lasting legacy for the people you love. If any part of this story resonated with you, if you're curious whether a strategy like this could fit into your own financial future, drop me a comment below or send me a message directly. Let's have the same conversation my friend once had with me, the one that changed everything. And if this video helped you see something differently, do me a favor, subscribe so you don't miss the next story, and share this with someone you know who might need to hear it. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.